UFC President Dana White needs to step down, if not retire from combat sports promotion altogether. He no longer cares about the sport that he helped build, that we as fans love so much. He's now put more of his time into Zuffa boxing, UFC BJJ, as well as Power Slap, all things that us as fans don't really find entertaining. It's a whole different market. And this little snapshot here is from a recent Zuffa boxing promotion where he has this smug look knowing that he's going to be rolling in dough. But us as fans are just kind of getting shafted in terms of the promotion, the fights we're getting, the treatment we're getting. And we're going to go through and talk about that in today's video. I mean, just to show you this video from the Zuffa boxing promotion, Dana put a whole lot more effort into this than he has in anything in recent years within the UFC. I'll let it play.
For the greatest sport in human history, there's only one way to find out.
Now you see, is there someone who can take up the mantle for the greatest sport in human history? There's only one way to find out. If Dana said that in this quote, then that means that Dana's calling boxing the greatest sport in UFC history. He's an MMA promoter. Why is he saying this about boxing? He used to say back in the day, we'll never be boxing. Boxing's corrupt. It's stupid. They're gimmick fights. They're going out. They sell all these tickets, and they spend all the money in one day. That's why Floyd's broke. But no, now he's all in. He's going to promote it. They just signed a guy from Eddie Hearn. He was coming back for him. It's just a lot of hypocrisy from Dana White, as well as what we as UFC fans get. I mean, you saw that promotion for Zuffa Boxing. We got this announcement, I want to say 2 days ago in the morning, and I was at work, so I was very hyped to see what would happen. I was worried I'd miss the announcement. Dana announcement today, the boss man will be going live later on Instagram today. This was tweeted at 9 something in the morning. Keep it in mind, 9, 10 in the morning, right? We as fans didn't hear anything until evening. If you're going to say he'll be going live later today, go live around 2, 3 p.m. Don't make us wait an entire day, especially for what you gave us. Because what he gave us after all of this, whenever Dana goes for an announcement, it's going to be big. It's going to be headliners. It's going to be White House potentially. Maybe Pereira gone. Maybe an Aspinall return. We don't know. But what did he give us as UFC fans? Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer and Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso. End of announcement. That's like him being like, here's your slop, eat. You're going to like it. We're not. We're tired as fans. We want more than this. I don't really care about the quality of Adesanya, Pyfer, Barber, Grasso, but for him to promote this big announcement, the UFC to promote this big announcement later to an Instagram Live, and he just announces that with no enthusiasm in his voice. We can go ahead and pull up the clip here. Dana White, in all of his recent promos, you see the comments, is it Pereira? Let's go, Dana. Pereira versus Zolberg. People are hyped. They want the big announcements. He's got over 50,000 viewers. And what does he have to say? And how does he say it with the emotion he has? Let's listen.
The main event, former middleweight champion Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer. Adesanya, former two-time middleweight champ, 16 of his 24 wins by knockout, and Joe Pyfer is on a 3-fight win streak.
I'm just gonna stop it there. Like, I'm gonna stop it here. Look at his eyes, soulless, emotionless, no passion in his voice, no umph. No announcement and buildup of what these guys have done. He would read the stats as if they were just like a book. He doesn't care about making these fights. People in the comments are freaking out. You know, Izzy's back. People are big fans of Izzy. But what is he doing? Reading off of a screen. He's reading off of a teleprompter. He's not even making this up on the fly as the promoter of the company. You should know things about your fighters. John Anik, every fight has a cue card packed full of ink about facts of the fighters that he's announcing for. He puts in the effort. I don't care if you're one of the richest guys in combat sports and you don't have time. Hire somebody else. Let somebody hungry step up. You're not hungry for it anymore. You don't care about the sport. You let gimmick fights happen. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, Dana goes live and gives us this little amount of enthusiasm for Adesanya versus Pyfer and Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso. That's what he has to give us. And back in the day, he used to give us so much more. He used to give us so much better promotion. He used to hype things. When he did the Floyd Mayweather crossover, him doing the screaming Conor McGregor, reigning, defending, going pink in the face on live TV, that was entertaining Dana. When fighters used to piss him off and he'd call him a goof and he wouldn't let him get a shot, like what he's doing to Arman now is old school Dana. When a fighter fucks around, they find out. We don't see that Dana anymore. He doesn't care. Additionally, he really doesn't care about when the fans are just completely unhappy with something. Now, I talked about this yesterday on my other video with Kayla Harrison thing, but I didn't have the clip of it, and I kind of wanted to bring this in. And you can see, if Kenny Okoye is calling you a dumbass, something is very wrong with you. So Dana White goes on this podcast, discuss a lot of things, discuss McGregor and Chandler not happening, but he has to say this about the pointless Diego Lopez rematch with Volkanovski.
You got Volk Lopez 2. Some people, I guess, maybe were questioning why there was a rematch when the first fight felt a little decisive on Volk's behalf.
Yeah. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Look at that smug look on his face. Look at this pink, bald, smug guy. Just knowing he's going to make your money. If you don't like it, don't watch it. What promoter ever says, don't watch my product? You don't do that. You don't spit in your fan's face. You don't smack them and say, don't watch it. I got other people that will. Because you're just throwing away your core fan base that will be there regardless. We'll be there on fight nights. We'll be there on the shitty fight nights, the Apex, the terrible cards you put together. We'll be there to watch it. The people who stick around for the big names aren't going to be there for these shitty fights. And for him to just say that in our faces shows that he doesn't care about the UFC, doesn't care about us, and he should step down. He should have someone else step up. See if his son wants to take up the reins. See if Hunter Campbell has an interest in it. I'm sure there's another CEO out there that has more interest in the UFC than Dana White does at this point, with him going 100% neck deep into boxing. So it's just pathetic. It's pathetic, and it's really sad as a UFC fan to see the state of this. Alexander Volkanovski came back after 2 KO losses and beat Diego Lopez in a close but decisive decision, and we were really happy. It was a feel-good moment. Granted, Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy haven't done like amazing things to cement their title shot, and I think they're going to fight for a number one title contender. And the win over Diego Lopez was good, so I guess it's a victim of circumstance, but Dana could have repackaged this much better. He could have been like, look, I get it, the circumstances weren't the best. Maybe you want Movsar, maybe you want Evlo, or maybe you want Murphy. We just didn't think those guys deserved the title shot. They didn't have the resume of finishing instinct. I understand Lerone had the spinning elbow, but before that, we want to make those guys fight and prove it. But Lopez looks great against a guy like Gene Silva, who's beat fan favorites. He beat up-and-comers. Like, Gene Silva's really good. He needs to sell this and say, but Gene Silva was on this fight streak with finishing. He was hurting Diego in the second round with those spinning elbows, and Diego just countered him. Like, he needs to promote why it's a good decision. He doesn't need to say, well, you don't like it, don't watch it. What kind of mindset is that going into this? It's just pathetic. And he's starting to entertain more gimmick matchups because we've heard for months on end about Jon Jones coming back. Jon Jones doesn't deserve to come back. He's ruined the company on multiple occasions. He's the only pay-per-view that's ever been canceled in the UFC's history was because of him, because he didn't want to fight Chael Sonnen on short notice. Jon Jones is not a GOAT. He's not somebody that should be looked up to, and he's not somebody that should be given a chance as big as this. I understand Pereira is going to want it for the legacy, but Jones doesn't deserve this. Jones ducked Aspinall, ducked $30 million, ruined a year of heavyweight contention, and now he just comes back, and they're literally saying, I saw Ruben Carter saying, rumor has it, they're trying to talk to Tom to vacate the belt so Pereira Jones can be for the belt. What fucking world do we live in? Like, something skewed in like 2020. The timeline shifted, and we are living in one of the worst timelines ever. The dumbest decisions, the most evil actions from people in every aspect of life. It feels like in the UFC, Dana's intentionally fucking nosediving this company. I don't care if it's the most successful it's ever been. It's the biggest it's ever been. But at the quality of the fans and what you're doing, it's disgusting. Jones doesn't deserve this. And cool, Pereira can get that fight, I guess. But what does this mean for Tom? Tom got stalled for over a year with the Jones situation. He got fouled by Cyril Gane. He's already getting hated for being fouled. Cyril Gane's got no hate, no punishment for that. Aspinall gets the punishment. What fucking world do we live in? And for Jon Jones to come back and fight for an undisputed heavyweight belt, I just don't get it. This guy's canceled events. This guy's beat his wife to a bloody pulp to where his daughters had to call the cops on him. He's not a good person. He's not someone you should want in your sport representing it. Back in the day, you used to fight for how combat sports was not an aggressive thing, about how combat fighters aren't like unhinged people, aren't animals. And now you're just letting somebody who's proven to be an unhinged human back in the cage as the poster child of your sport, the GOAT of your sport. He's literally taken steroids for more than half of his career. I just don't understand this thought process from Dana. He seems to have completely flipped on his values from when he first started this. And he's using his brain somewhat, saying that would be a fight, but can I count on Jones? I can't have Jones doing something bad or pulling out of the White House. There you go. Use your fucking brain. You can't have Jones doing something bad. Oh, when does Jones do something bad? Every 3 to 4 weeks, it seems, on MMA media? Like, Dana finally using a bit of his brain, but it's still so pathetic that they're even contemplating giving Jones this chance. If Jones is going to fight anyone, he's getting forced in that cage with Aspinall where he's getting brutalized. That's end of. Pereira can fight Aspinall. Pereira should fight Gane for the interim and then unified against Aspinall. I think that would be how you fix the timeline. But this whole talk of Jones coming back, especially from Dana, liking the fight, it's just pathetic. Dana no longer has the fans as his interest when he comes to the UFC. He probably has shareholders, he probably has money, and he probably, it's just such a corporate, I don't know what's going on, but I think big dollars mindset. And it's just so sad. It's so pathetic. It's so wormy. We need to see better out of Dana, and I don't think we ever will. So I'm calling for his retirement. And he signed a 5-year contract extension, so we're probably fucked. But I think we need to speak about this, that he just doesn't care anymore. He does not care. Ariel Helwani's talking about this. This guy, if you don't like it, don't watch it. I mean, no enthusiasm in the announcements, the shit announcements after a huge thing. And then he goes and does this great promo for Zuffa Boxing that he hasn't done for the UFC in, God, almost a decade, it feels like, with the McGregor and Aldo thing. We're definitely in a dark era in the UFC, and I don't know what is going to get us out of this, but I think Dana is kind of the pinnacle of what's going on in the UFC. He's letting these things happen. So I really want Dana to step down, and I can't think of anybody else to replace him, but dude, he's just been shit for so long, and I'm tired of it. I think we as UFC fans are just tired of it. Yeah, man, I don't know. If y'all have any ideas, people, maybe Hunter Campbell, if you have any better ideas for this title picture situation we talked about on stream last night, let me know. If y'all like the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. Check out my recent video on Kayla Harrison pulling out of UFC 324. Yeah, see ya.